So today I'm going to explain 5 things you must do if you want to become a successful entrepreneur at a young age. I'll kind of give you a quick background on me. So I'm Colin Hughes. I'm a 20-year-old entrepreneur. I'm a founder of an AI marketing company, and we're doing very well right now. And I think I've had a lot of very good experiences that I can explain to you guys I have had and I've dealt with that will genuinely help you improve your lives and I guess your businesses and your entrepreneurship journey in general. So the first thing, the most important thing in my opinion, is you need to take care of your health. We'll start with that. And what I'm saying is avoid as many seed oils as you can. Try to avoid fatty food if you can and avoid sugar. And the reason I'm saying this is because not only is health wealth, but also if you're eating healthier, it's going to make you do more, think better, and think faster. If you're eating like shit and you're not eating healthy, it's a lot harder to do things. You feel a lot worse. You also don't look as good when you don't eat as healthy. So there's a lot of different constraints that I guess when you're eating bad, they cause you, which in turn, if you don't look good, you don't feel good, you're not going to perform well. Okay. So that's the first part I think is very, very important. The next part of it, I guess, is that's more of like nutrition's sake. The second part, you got to work out. You got to take care of yourself. You need to figure out how to be able to distract yourself. So when you're working, you work. When you're having fun, have fun. You shouldn't have to think about work. It's very difficult for me. This is the one thing I'm struggling right now is when I'm not working, I'm always thinking about work because I love it so much. I have a passion for it. It definitely gets a little bit harder whenever you don't understand that. But I guess take care of your health. Eat good, work out, try to avoid fried foods if you can. Be the best person you can be. Look as good as you can look. Again, I'm not really into look smacking that much now, but it is important to look decent and to look presentable. Absolutely. Right. Those are the first things. They don't really have to do much with like actually working, but it does affect your work. And I guess a lot of things, right? If you're eating bad, it could cause problems in your head and the way you think, which in turn could affect your work. Okay. It's very, very important to understand. Another thing I think that's very important is time efficiency. This is the third thing. You need to have amazing time efficiency. What does that mean? Every hour, you need to have a checklist with things that you want to do in that time. It's exactly what I do, and I'll kind of go further in depth on this, okay? You need to have a checklist of things you want to do in that hour because what happens is you need to focus on exactly what you need to focus on. As an entrepreneur, it's very difficult because there's so many different things you can focus on, which is why you need to delegate, and I'll mention that later. But you need to have a specific task you do, a schedule of things if you can. Things you do at certain times that will help you with efficiency, right? And the things that you think you can delegate. When you're starting as an entrepreneur, I highly recommend to start a business niche that's very easy to do yourself because you clearly are not going to want to get partners, right? If you're trying to start yourself. If you want to have partners, then it gets a little bit easier. But if you're doing it yourself, you need to have a business niche that's very easy to start. Implementing it, clients, all of that, you haven't to do that much work. Because of the fact of you want to make money. You want to make money fast. That's the whole point. You want to make money fast. Okay. So it's time, right? You got to pick your schedule, understand exactly what you need to do and how you're going to do it. Whether you use your tools or you're using AI, doesn't matter. But the point is you get the work done you need to get done every single day. And after a long period of time, that will pay off. Okay. Another thing I think that's very important is every single night, you need to have a daily reflection on what you've done throughout the day. You need to pray. I pray every night. Okay. That's very important. I'm very thankful for the opportunities I've gotten. I'm doing very well right now. And even if I'm not doing well, I'm always going to be thankful because of all the experience I have gained, right? I have had many failures. I've had many setbacks, but it doesn't really matter because of the fact that I'm learning, I'm grinding, I'm growing. And I'm appreciative of the chance of having me, to grow. Like that's why I'm very thankful for everything that's happened to me in my life. Everything happens for a reason, okay? Another thing as well, I write down on my journal, I put the date. I'm telling you, this is sauce, guys. You should do this. I put the date every day. So every single night before I go to bed, I write down things I learned from the day, things I'm doing currently. I've done this for about 2 or 3 months now. And I can tell you, it's crazy once you write stuff down, how quickly things can happen, how you can be impressed at yourself, how much progress you made. I remember in January, I was writing down stuff and I got that accomplished now. I'm building stuff, coding stuff, trying to get clients, et cetera, et cetera. But it's very important to understand that it's very difficult and it takes a long time to understand that success will take a long time. But at the same time, writing down your journey and documenting your journey, I think is fun. That's the fun part. It's fun being in the trenches. It's fun being in the situation you're in. So that's kind of the third thing right there. Very, very important. So the first thing was health with food. Second's more with working out. And third is kind of time management, and then like jotting notes down. I kind of combine that into one, and then also being a good person. The next thing is you need to be consistent with how much you're working every single day. So for me, I'll give you guys a whole rundown on my schedule so you guys clearly understand. So what I do is I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. From 4:30 to 6 a.m., I work out. I mean, I'm wrong there. I don't work out. I do my busy work. I do my stuff with business, okay? A lot of strategizing, planning. I have an AI assistant now who's my like first employee, or I guess I have other editors and stuff, but Carl, his name's Carl. I talk about it all the time. He's genuinely an actual employee. People like are thinking I'm joking when I post his videos. Bro, that dude, he's literally like, I have 8 sub-employees under him. He's working. He's doing stuff for me, which saves me a lot of time. And I'm very excited for the future of that. It's the future. Absolutely. But I'm strategizing stuff. At 6, I go to the gym. About 7:15, I get back here, I make breakfast, take a shower, and I start working. I basically work all day. I have a lunch break around, between 11:30-ish, 12, around that. And then get back here, or I make food here. And I work from like 1 p.m. to like 7:30, 8 p.m., make dinner, go to bed. I do that every single day. That's basically what I do. So, it's about a 12 to 13 hour workday. That's an average day. Some days I have extra to do. I'll stay up later and I'll work more. But guys, that's just what it takes. But again, you don't have to work 12 hours a day, 13, 14, 15 hours a day like I'm doing. But if you can at least work 5 to 8 hours a day, you can get a lot done. It's actually efficient time. And I mean, put your phone on DND. Don't text people while you're working, especially if you're easy to get distracted by. Again, that is very important. Doing that for a long period of time will pay off, I promise you guys. But again, you have to understand me that it's not like an overnight thing. This will probably take you a couple of years, to be honest with you. Especially if you're brand new and you have no learning experience. It's going to take you time. I've been in the journey now for over 2 years, and I can tell you that it's not easy. It's never going to be easy. It's going to take time. I think to be a millionaire, it takes usually, as someone who was starting from the trenches and getting up, I would say between 4 and 5 years to become a millionaire. So for me, probably about 1.5 years more. I think probably less, honestly, that's the goal, but that's just realistic. And I'm just telling you guys the sauce cuts, just the facts of it. Okay. So you need to understand you need to work a good amount of time every day. You need to be consistent. Okay. And let's get one more, the fifth topic, the fifth thing that I think you must have as an entrepreneur. And I'm trying to think here because I don't do scripts for my YouTube videos. I generally want to give you guys the sauce directly from my head. And this is what I'm going to tell you. I got one right here. I already came. You need amazing communication skills. So I'm not sure if you need to read out loud like Tyson Knight does or whatever you need to do, but you need to figure out how to be an absolute killer when it comes to communication. If you become a killer when it comes to communication, you're going to make so much fucking money. I promise you guys this. And I'll tell you why. Your words is how you portray yourself. Okay. What you say is what you are. So that's why you got to speak positively about yourself. Speak positive about people who you like and don't like. I wish people I don't like the best. I don't care about them, but I do wish them the best. I have no ill intention in my heart. Because God rewards those who, if you're generally a good person, you're going to get rewarded 100%. If you have a good intention in your heart, good things are going to come to you. If you have a bad intention in your heart, karma is going to come to you. That's just the way I believe. But more importantly, with communication, you need to understand how important it is to be the best communicator you can possibly be. Okay. And speak more clearly is one way. You can practice, record yourself talking. For me, the reason I got so good at communicating is I golfed my whole life. And basically when I golfed my whole life, I was always with older, wealthier men when I was like 10 years old. So I got a very understanding when I was a young person how to handle these conversations with high level people when I was like very young. And plus I was good at golf. So they actually added value to get because I was good. And they would always ask me questions and stuff. And that got me really good. And I did this for like 10 years, guys. And then after I was cold calling, I had partners, we were doing real estate. I was cold calling for like 1.5 years approximately. So those experiences led me to be a really, really good sales negotiator and also a really good communicator because of the fact I've had years of experience. But that's not saying you guys can't do that too. If you have 5 or 10 years of experience, you're going to become a really good salesperson. That's just part of it. But you have to stay consistent. You have to work on the craft and you have to understand that you need to listen to people who are above you. So if you get advice from someone who's really good at sales, you should definitely listen to him because he probably knows something that you don't know. So again, hope you guys enjoy. That's 5 different tips that you can use to become a better entrepreneur, a higher level entrepreneur, a higher functioning entrepreneur. So take those, put it in your notebook, and start working, man. Have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.